presents to you Honest Talk.
Hi folks, today Mr. Indrajit Ghosh, Chairman MSME Chamber of Commerce and Industry of India is going to join us. Apart from the chairmanship with 34 years of global experience, he is also having other 25 portfolios nationally and internationally including human rights, global peace and tree plantations. So, let's begin our talk with Mr. Indrajit Ghosh.
Sir, first of all, I welcome you to in this session and thank you so much, sir, for joining and agreeing to share your thoughts with us. We are extremely very happy to have you for today's talk.
Okay, thank you very much to all of you for the 74th Independence Day today, and also thank Mr. Harsh Pandey for giving this opportunity to come into this platform and to speak in front of all the organizations. Tell me, sir, what do you want to know?
So it's really our pleasure to hear from you today. I again wish you a very happy Independence Day from our side, from the side of Freak Folks. So sir, moving to the topic of today's session, which we have chosen is future of micro, small, medium enterprises in post-pandemic India. As we all know, sir, this COVID-19 and this pandemic affected our lives much. So sir, as you belong
Basically,
to this field, as you belong to this field, so sir, I request you to sir, tell our viewers about it, sir, how hard this pandemic has affected this MSME sector.
It was affected very badly to all the industries, not only MSME, but yes, particularly MSME also very hard because the bigger industry they can absorb up to a certain limit. But the small industries, who are basically earning every month and inflow and outflow is automatically month-to-month basis. So they have havoc, what you can say, setback to the industry from March onwards. Still it is going on. Actually, basically, government of any government of India previously also, nobody was given so much importance to MSME industries, which this government, in particularly after this pandemic, what they understood, if you want to build up a country with the industries, then MSME is the backbone of the industry. In India, 29% of industry is under MSME and contribution to the industry, which government of India is also want, it should be 50% plus. And in other developing countries like China and US and all other countries, they are also contributing more than 50% from the MSME sector. And post, there will be total, you can say, life change before COVID and after COVID. The way of working, the industries, it is almost overhauling the industries as a whole. Because I can give you a small example. In the month of April, a company like Maruti or any other car manufacturer, they are never able to sold one car itself. But again, because of the pandemic, because of the situation, you have to keep your staff also. You cannot do a 100% layoff. At once the industry will start after 3-4 months where you will get the people. So to do that, they have started making ventilator. Other government PSUs, they are making PPE kits. So the PPE kits, ventilator, which India was not making before 5 months, today India is the second largest exporter of this product. So whatever the Prime Minister is also talking about Atmanirbhar or self-reliant India, there are a lot of products we have what we are importing from China and from other countries, which we can also, if we will try, we can also make. Basically, I'm giving a small example of India and China. What China is doing, from 1980 onwards, they sent their people to every country to settle there for 1 or 2 years, find out what are the products that country need and at what price they are selling in their country. So they are collecting the data from all countries, and so any product they are making in a huge quantity. So एक example आपको दे रहा हूँ, solar plate which Indian manufacturer was making previously, what the price they are making and selling, below that 20-30% below price China has delivered to India, including the freight. So all people have stopped producing in India and they have taken from China. Now the India, scenario is as such. There will be no business relations with China for maybe for coming 15-20 years. So we have to produce and we have to take the raw materials or any other support from other countries. So in that way, there is a huge scope for the MSME industries in the coming future. There are a lot of joint ventures are also we are doing, and there are a lot of companies are also wants to come to India to put up a plant. All planning, government is also by easing out the system, because in India the basic problem is suppose an Indian manufacturer or a foreign manufacturer, if they want to get a license, it takes 6 months time, maybe 1 year to take the permission from each and every department. Suppose e-waste recycling, if they are coming to put up a plant, they have to contact CPCB and Environment Ministry. Recycling or other products, they have to come with the Commerce Ministry. So it is very difficult, because everybody have their own laws. So the manufacturer is also confused what to follow, how to follow. So we are working with the government, very closely to make a single window clearance. Suppose we are requesting them whatever the formalities they want to do, whatever money they want to take for putting up a plant. So they take everything, and within 15 days, single window clearance, whether it is the Indian manufacturer or a foreign manufacturer, they can get the license within 15 days. So that it will be eased out, because you have to see certain things why people went to China previously, because maybe the market is very big like India, but the basic advantage was they are supporting the industries to come in a very easy way to put a plant and start the work. So that easiness, Indian government also should come forward, because in this situation, never before we came across the bulk of the industries want to come. Already there are one or two industries already started in Agra for leather work, and a lot of other industries we are already in touch from Singapore, Malaysia, UK, USA, South Korea, Japan, Australia. They want to put up a plant in India. It was on the very first phase 2 months back, or 1.5-2 months back. But due to this Chinese incursion, everybody has stepped back for a little bit, because nobody wants to put up a plant in a country where the border tensions are there, and that is the motto of the Chinese also. They have created that is one of the biggest reasons. If you will create a disturbance, then nobody will shift to that country immediately, because everybody wants we will put money, we will work, and everything will do. And tomorrow, if some war and something can happen, then we will lose everything. So people have stepped back now for 2-3 months. Even the international flights are also not opening before October, I think. So once the flight we are already in touch with all the companies, but once the flights will start, maybe they will come and sit with us and discuss with the government also. The place, land and funds, everything is ready. I mean, if somebody, any company from India or abroad wants to come, there is a fantastic area from Delhi to Bombay, the highway, Mr. Nitin Gadkari, which was supposed to make by the Chinese companies. Now it is given to a different company to build up the rail line through rural area. We have a rail line through the urban area, from Delhi to Bombay, Bombay to Delhi. But now he is making a separate route which will save 220 kilometers, and people can reach Bombay within 12 hours time. So today you can go in the night, tomorrow morning you will reach, whole day you work for 1 or 2 days, and then in the night you can come back, next morning you will be in Delhi by train. Plane facilities तो है ही है, but there are a lot of MSME manufacturers, small manufacturers, they can travel this train. And in both the sides, government of India is planning, one side they will make smart village for staying, and the other side of the rail line they are going to make all organization park, like leather park, textile park, recycling park, logistic park, food and beverages park. So in this way they want to make one side is the industry and the other side is the smart village to stay. So it is covering five states, Delhi, Haryana, Rajasthan, MP, I think some portion of Gujarat and then Bombay, Maharashtra. So, in this way, everything is ready. Indian government, Ministry of, this Nitin Gadkari, MSME Minister, he is also coming forward to help the industries as much as possible so that people can start the work in India.
All right, sir. You have covered so many detailed things. I think those who are watching this session, it will be much fruitful for them. And also, sir, you have mentioned that 29% of the covered by the MSME sector. So, sir, I would like to raise my next question, which is, sir, what do you believe role of MSMEs in the growth of Indian economy?
What can you repeat?
Yeah, sure. What do you believe, sir? What is the role of MSMEs in the growth of Indian economy?
देखिए ऐसा है कि any country, not only in India, if somebody wants to grow in industrialization, MSME is the major part, is the backbone of the industry. That is the main thing this government is able to understood this time during the pandemic. And it's a appreciated they have understood and they are giving the preference to the MSME industry. Suppose if you will see in China, they are making almost 50% plus. US also 50% plus in the MSME industry. Because any industry is coming initially, at least 90% industries are coming with MSME under MSME bracket only. And once they work for a few years, and then they will cross to 150 crores, 500 crores, and go to the next level. MSME का सबसे बड़ा प्रॉब्लम हमारे देश में क्या है कि what we are doing is we are making the material in India which a good quality also. In some places, some companies are making good export quality, also making export quality, but since they don't know how to export, like frankly speaking, don't take it otherwise, there are 60% industries are not knowing how to do exports, how to do the documentation. So we have, as a MSME chamber, we have also started now with DGFT and the joint course for documentation. We will train the people how to make the documentation, how to do the exports. So till the time you will not do exports, you cannot reach 5 trillion economy, because मैंने जैसे आपको बताया कि China and America, these two countries are doing more than 50, 48, 49% and 50% exports, while India is doing only 10% exports overall. And out of the 10%, 45% MSME people are doing as on today. It is increased because of the PPE kit also. Lot of small manufacturers started. There are 150 manufacturers started and giving material to India and abroad both. So export is one of the main base. Otherwise, neither your turnover will go up, and neither it will help the Indian economy. Till the time you will not go for foreign investment of you will sell the material and you can take the foreign money to your country. That's why we are also giving focus to the MSME industries, asking everybody whatever material you are producing, because what happens, whatever material they are producing, suppose they will export, suppose some rejection also will take place, they can improve the product. In this way only, in this process only, you will improve. Somewhere down the line, you have to come according to the global performance or global quality of the product. So you have to come today or tomorrow. And India is a developing country, and once we have seen in any product, when we have entered, we have taken a lead and one of the top class industry on that product. Now in this contest, Reliance also came as per the telecom is concerned. There are a lot of other apps you have closed down. So a lot of government Indian people will come up, and it is not a overnight job, because to compete China, this is the only country who can do it in the whole world. But it will take time, because China, who is working in a very fast mode, and even the production is a very high quality because of the all automatic machines. So it is coming to India also, a lot of automatic machines now. So the production capacity also will increase. So it will take at least 5 to 6 years time to come into that level, I mean, somewhere near about with the China, it will take minimum 5, 6 years, 7 years time. But you have to start in one day. This is the golden opportunity to start, because because of the pandemic and whatever the political situation is like that. Nobody wants to deal with China. People want to shift their factory like Japan, South Korea, US. Everybody wants to already, you must be knowing, in Chennai, Apple has already started the production in Chennai for iPhone 11. So they have one of the biggest factories in China, which they are shipping to either Bangalore or Chennai. In this way, a lot of companies are coming, and Japan is also coming. We have a very good relation, and touch wood, for the last 6, 7, 10 years, we have a very good relations with neighboring, European, American, Australian, all countries. We have a very good rapport, and people know, India is not the country who will heckle any people or who will, unnecessary doing anything, with any country. There is a peaceful country. They want to work, and they are also loving, because I have spoken to a lot of people. Why you want to shift? They said, in Chinese there is a rule, Chinese rule. Whatever the rule, you cannot change. You cannot speak anything. You cannot, request for anything. Nobody is going to listen. But India is a democratic country, as we are also a democratic country in Europe and other places. So we want to work in a democratic country, because at least we have our say. We can fight. We can, request the government to something, or we can, industry development. Certain things can be done which cannot be done in China. So that's why they are interested to come to India.
All right, sir. Again, you have covered so many important things. Sir, I was listening you carefully, and you mentioned one point which I liked the most, and I am quite impressed with that. You said that this is the golden opportunity, and we have to take it from COVID-19 time and use it well. So, sir, my next question to you is related to this only, sir. What do you believe? What are the measures that can boost MSMEs during this COVID-19?
As I said earlier, any government of India for the last 70 years, nobody has given very much preference to the MSME industry. Now this government has started realizing that if you want to grow, we have to grow from the base. So MSME industries, till today, nobody has given any such large schemes or support, financial support without collateral to the MSME industries. Yes, I can understand. After the announcement, there are 1.5 months or 2 months is taken of a lot of confusion. People are going to the bank. Bank are saying we don't have any instruction. How can you give with it without collateral? Because if tomorrow you will not give the money, who will give the money back? They said anyway, but we have not received any circular. As you saw in the TV, we also saw in the TV, but there is no circular official. So it took 1.5 months to 2 months to regularize. Now the first MSME loans are now sanctioning from July last week or August first week. It started now to disbursing for the industries, and they have given the 370 lakhs crores for the MSME people, and 1.5 crores MSME industries are in India. A lot of people have closed down because of the bad situation, because the inflow was not there. So these people, are earning, 10 lakhs, 20 lakhs in a month, or 5 lakhs to 30 lakhs in a month. So, once it is closed for 3-4 months, and because of the government request, people have started giving, at least first 2 months, they have given the salary and retained the staff. After that, there is no inflow, so they cannot do. So they have either, asked the staff, we can keep you, but we cannot give you the salary. Maybe we are giving 50% salary for few months, or certain percentage they have agreed. And the key persons they kept, another person, a lot of people are way off also. There are 12.2 crores people lost their job in the last 4 months time. So it's a huge. And in US also, there's a huge layoff on jobs due to this pandemic. But in US there are facility, they are giving the allowances to the people who are not working. Certain allowances they are giving, handsome allowances. So they are otherwise they will not able to survive. But in our country, it's not like that. So people have faced a tremendous difficulty, no doubt about it, but now started reviving because the situation is, as I said, there are two problems. The people who lay off the staff because of the pandemic, and those people who want to grow in a faster stage, they need the staff, more staff recruitment and other projects to be completed. They have also closed down to take any people at least in 2020. They are waiting for another 6-7 months. In January, February, or March, they will start the recruitment. The reason is everybody is shocked. What will happen in future? Because the entire export is closed now. There is no exports because every country is affected. So how the export order will come? Even in the domestic also, how the requirement will start and coming. So everybody is observing this 4, 5, 6 months and passing through a tough time. So recruitment is not there. But this 7-8 months will be very tough for the people who have lost their job. But according to our observation and whatever we understood, maybe in December, January onwards, again the people will start recruiting the people. And since a lot of foreign companies wants to come, so in one day they will not select all staff, but every company needs 15, 20, 30 staff to start with the project, the factory, and joint venture, whatever it is. So the recruitment will again start, but this 7-8 month gap is a very big problem for those to survive without any salary, because the government has given a facility of maybe 4 months. You don't give the EMI. If you don't give the EMI in 4 months, in the 5th month onwards, you have to give 5 months EMI. And if you lost the job, how can you give the EMI? So, and even the school children's education is going on. The house rent you have to give. Certain things you cannot stop. So I know very, very difficult for a lot of people to sustain. But this 7-8 months, whoever will sustain, they will again grow in a faster pace from 2021, as per today's scenario.
All right, sir, you have covered one very important aspect, which is that many people are losing job and many have already lost. So, sir, which we can conclude that the MSME sector must be strengthened to spur job creation and build credit worthiness. So, sir,
in MSME also, what is कभी भी ऐसा होता है कि कोई चीज खराब होती है, उससे कई चीज अच्छाई भी होती है. There are certain industries closed down, but see the PPE industry, sanitizer and ventilator, the new industry has arrived. The people are not thinking in this industry anymore. I mean, as previously 5 months back, today this is the hottest industry, but everybody wants supply, because in foreign also only China and India, both the countries are making good quality these products. And this pandemic, nobody knows when it will going to close. Even if it is going to close also, people will keep strong, because we have seen Europe and America, they are far, far ahead than us in terms of medical health is concerned. But they have also failed. Everybody failed, because in pandemic, nobody keep the stocks, beds, medicines or everything, PPE kit. Nobody have any stocks of that for a regular time. So now onwards, the health industry will also grow a very faster mode, and everybody will take care. Every country will they are buying weapons for the war. Similarly, they will buy medical instruments will be available. The bed will increase, hospital will increase in the coming times.
All right, sir, you have as mentioned again and again about the PPE industry, and I think it is a perfect example how they have means recognized this time and use it well. So, sir, my next question to you, sir, what do you believe and what opportunities lie ahead for startups and MSMEs in the post-pandemic world?
Opportunities is enormous. Even the startups, if anybody wants to do business, in a small business, larger business, so bade log banayenge hi, but in a small business, if anybody wants to start up, this is the right time, the golden time for them to start up. There are huge products, huge type of industries, want to come to India, and even the remaining also, whatever product we are importing from China, I have given the solar panel idea. Like this way, there are hundreds of products we are buying from China. every year. So once we are not having relations, we have to make the alternative. Once you will go to the alternative, India is one of the country because of such a huge volume of population, and in the entire world. If India will produce anything, so they can internally also supply and exports also. So for the startups, what you call startups, which is small, and government is giving a lot of schemes for startups also. Actually, another problem I have not explained to you. The MSME industries, 60, 70, 80% people doesn't know what are the schemes government of India is giving, at what time they are giving these facilities. They don't have a, neither they are going to the website, neither they see what are the facilities they are offering. But government of India, even in the Pradhan Mantri Employment Scheme बोल के भी है, उसमें भी आपको 10 lakhs, 15 lakhs, 25 lakhs तक आपको मिल सकता है अगर आपका फैक्ट्री है, मतलब फैक्ट्री की जमीन है और फैक्ट्री आपने बना रखी है, चलाना है, बंद है, तो आपको 25 lakhs विदाउट एनी कोलेटरल प्रधानमंत्री एम्प्लॉयमेंट स्कीम में मिल रही है। एंड हमने भी कई लोगों को दिलाया है और उसमें विदिन 7 days आपको लोन मिल जाती है। उसमें आपको सिर्फ यही चाहिए कि आपका अगर आपका फैक्ट्री नहीं है, आप बिल्कुल ही स्टार्टअप स्टार्ट कर सकते हो, तो यू कैन गेट ओनली 10 lakhs। बट जिसका अपना जमीन वगैरह है, यू विल गेट 15 lakhs। And those people who have a running factory, they will get 25 lakhs. At least 25 lakhs for a startup. It is a good amount of money, and there are a lot of other schemes. SIDBI is also giving schemes. So all the people, ultimately at the end of the day, the financial people, they have to disperse the money to the people. Then only they can earn. Financial people को पैसा ही नहीं मिलेगा, आगे इन्वेस्ट भी नहीं कर पाएंगे, तो फायदा क्या? Even banks also, if you see, last 4, 5, 6 months, they have not invested anything because उनको EMI नहीं मिला कोई भी जगह से, 80% EMI नहीं मिला, 20% पीपल देते रहे, बट 80% उनको मिला नहीं, तो EMI का नहीं मिल रहा है। एंड आप उनको बोल रहे हो कि लोन दे दो, उनका कहना है कि मेरे पास इनफ्लो पिछले 4-5 महीने से पूरा कंप्लीट बंद है एंड आउटफ्लो चालू है, बिकॉज आई कैनॉट ले ऑफ द स्टाफ, आई कैनॉट क्लोज द ऑफिस। बैंक ऐसे नहीं हो सकता 3-4 महीने में आप सारा बंद कर दोगे। तो दैट इज ऑल्सो अनदर प्रॉब्लम। आई मीन in the industry, awareness of various schemes. So anybody wants to take any types of schemes, funding from MSME or even in a private funding also, even from SIDBI, they can contact us. We can help them to get the money. They will get directly loan to their account, whatever the bank they have. We will arrange the same bank. What we are trying to do is whoever is having huge branch account, we are arranging the loan from the same bank so that it will be easier for them to disburse. तो वो भी काफी लोग लोन अभी शुरू हुआ, बट काफी लोगों को मालूम नहीं है कि कैसे लोन मिल रहा है। लॉट ऑफ पीपल आर कंफ्यूज्ड कि अनाउंस तो कर दिया बट हमारे को कुछ मिल नहीं रहा है, पता नहीं कैसे मिलता है। So if you will go with the direct right channel, then you will get all the facilities from the government. Government of India is at least honestly trying to revive the MSME industries, because इसके बिना तो कोई गुजारा नहीं है। आपने if you want to achieve 5 trillion economy today, tomorrow, or after 4-5 years, you have to earn money. For the last 5 months, you have not earned anything. Inflow is zero, outflow is going on. So economy में भी काफी बड़ा फर्क पड़ेगी, already पड़ा हुआ है, and in certain countries like Pakistan and others, they will go in minus in GDP.
All right, sir, you have again mentioned a very bold point that many people are not aware about the facilities and the services and the opportunities government is providing to all them. So sir, in same context, my next question to you, probably this is the last question because I don't want to waste you much time. So the question is, how can MSMEs play a significant role to achieve the vision of self-reliant India, Atmanirbhar Bharat?
As for the Atmanirbhar or self-reliant is concerned, means we have to shift whatever product you are not manufacturing earlier, we have to start manufacturing that. And in today's world, every second company or third company, people are going abroad for attending conferences, seminars, exhibitions, as well as visit the company, manufacturers of machines. So people are going. It is very easy. In today's world, it is not very complicated. So anybody wants to come and start with a self-reliant or Atmanirbhar in companies, they will get, once they take the little bit loan, they will start the product, whatever product they want to start. Even there are a lot of products we are not manufacturing because of China, like battery. Chinese are delivering here the battery is 7 rupees or 10 rupees. We cannot deliver. So now this is the option now. Even we are 75% electronics material we are taking from China. So once you cannot stop in one day, but slightly everybody knows our intention. So we are looking for an alternative, and lot of things we can make on our own. Can you think, PPE kit and ventilator, such a big country of 130 million people are there. They are not able, they never tried to make it. Likewise, there are a lot of electronics products is there which India can make. And India, Atmanirbhar or self-reliant ka aisa hai, even the foreign companies who are putting the plant in India, once they're putting the plant in India and selling from Indian plant, self-reliant. Atmanirbhar अपना हमारा ही कंपनी हो गया ना, हमारा देश का ही कंपनी हो गया, वहीं पे अपने के देश के लोग काम करेंगे वहाँ पे. So because they're all technology, it is not possible that India will do everything. But certain technology, you have to take the know-how from the foreign companies and start the plant here, so that there are a lot of big projects are coming up, like in reliable energy, biogas, in recycling is one of the biggest industries in the coming 10 years. All types of recycling. And plastics, people are saying, plastic ko band karna hai. In this pandemic, I can tell you, since I am from the plastic line, in this pandemic, plastics has solved like anything. Without plastic, you cannot, solve the COVID-19 problem. In California, they was, ban the plastic bag. There will be no plastic bag in California. In this pandemic, the government of, USA and the government of California, they have started giving the clearance for the plastic bag again. Because in PPE kits, ventilator or sanitizer, when you want to take the material, how will you take the material in a bag? So how will, the plastic bag is also required. Plastic material we are already making by forcefully. So in the coming years also, maybe single-use some certain plastic can be closed, in 2022, which is also a question mark. And India is having a 285 lakh crores plastic industry as a whole. Do you think without this industry you can achieve 5 trillion economy? Or without this industry, there are two industries, large industries. One is, plastics, and another is agriculture. These are the two people who will contribute a lot to achieve your 5 trillion economy. So in future also, every year there will be an increase in the plastic manufacturing.
All right, sir. Again, it was really a very wonderful answer from your side. Thank you so much, sir, for joining and most importantly, giving your important time to us. Sir, we look forward to conduct more session with you. Thank you so much, sir, for joining.
Thank you so much. It's my pleasure.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching. Like, share and subscribe.